Hello. Blessings. Welcome. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Womb Wednesdays. My name is Ramona, aka the Vagina Lady, and thank you for tuning in. If you usually come and join us on a Wednesday, thank you so much for tuning in with us again. And if this is your first time, welcome. I hope it is not your last time. If you guys are not following me on YouTube, I ask you to please do so. Also, if you are not following the Vagina Lady page, I also ask you to do so. There'll be information and stuff that are sent to those that aren't sent to Cosmic Woman or posted from Cosmic Woman. And I just want you guys to be able to get or have all the information out there. So as usual, I want to start off with prayer first, and then I'm going to go into it. Okay, tonight we are going to be talking about skincare, and we're actually going to be talking about skincare throughout the month of May. It's something that I have not really tapped on, and people ask me all the time, what do I do with my skin and all these types of things. Even though I might think that they're flaws, other people don't, I guess. And so I just wanted to bring some awareness to skin and the chemicals and the products that we actually use. Okay, so I am going to lead prayer. You guys can bow your head or do whatever you would usually do for prayer. Dear God, myself and everyone on this live just want to thank you for the protection that you have been giving to us. Our protection from a health point of view, mentally, emotionally, we thank you for that. We thank you also for protecting the ones we love. We ask you now to just surround us with your healing energy. If it's something in terms of trauma, if it is physical pain, if it is stress, we ask you to just release it, remove it, and allow us to absorb the things that we need to be the best versions of ourselves. Tomorrow is a full moon, and we thank you so much for just making this world and our bodies so amazing. Amen. Okay. Womb Wednesdays, skincare from a holistic standpoint. Now, usually when I talk about a condition, and this is whatever reproductive condition, I usually say or start off with the obvious, which is everything starts in your gut. The digestive system is just this place that starts a whole lot of mess or creates a whole lot of goodness, right? So when it comes to our skin, face, arms, wherever, if we have a skin condition, if we have dehydrated skin, if we have any of these types of things that in terms of skin issues or reflecting on the skin, then we know that at the end of the day, it's the gut. It's the digestive system. And the digestive system is reflecting now in the face or in your back, right? So if you have any issues, we want to go to the gut. We want to cleanse the gut. We want to strengthen the gut. We want to put crazy, positive, healthy, good bacteria in your gut. Because when we do these things, the gut becomes healthier, which means that the rest of our body can become healthier. every single thing starts in your gut. Everything starts in your gut, okay? Even like autism starts in your gut. So when it comes to acne, or, you know, any other skin issue, it is going to be gut. So if it's eczema, it's the gut. If it's acne, it's the gut. If it's facial hair on a woman where it shouldn't be, it's the gut. So in fixing the gut, it will allow our skin to appear cleaner or fresher or glow more, be more vibrant, because the gut itself is speaking and it shows on the face. So in fixing the face, fixing the skin, we go into detoxes and what type of detox is going to be best. We always want to make sure that when we're detoxing, we're not removing the good bacteria that's actually in the body. We also want to make sure that when we cleanse, we're not cleansing too long or too short. It usually takes 90 days for the blood to circulate throughout the body. And so I always say when we're going to cleanse, it might not be one particular way that you're cleansing, but you're cleansing for a period of time, but probably doing different things. So maybe you started by juicing, and then, or maybe you started with a cleanse, a liquid cleanse, or some capsules that are cleanses, or tea that is a cleanse. You would do that for a little while, however long that is, if it's 3 days or 5 days or 7 days or however long. And then from there, we would continue to use the foods that we eat to kind of make sure that we're not adding any more negative things into the body that we've now just pulled out. You know what I mean? In terms of all the toxins and all of that type of thing. A lot of women come to me with facial hair. In terms of they're stressed out. They're stressed out about all of this facial hair. It's in their chin, it's in their neck, it's on their nipples, it's in their chest. And of course, a lot of times it's because they suffer from a condition called PCOS. And PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. And a lot of times it comes with a high amount of testosterone. And it's the testosterone that is doing that. Again, all of this starts from the gut. So we want to make sure that in fixing the gut, the facial hair will grow less because the testosterone in the body will grow less. Okay? If we cleanse, the testosterone will be less because we're cleaning the body. In cleaning the body, a lot of times the hormones are balanced. Then we want to go into things like, what do you do for skincare? Like now that we're looking inside and we're cleaning out the gut and, you know, we're trying to eat healthier and that type of thing, which is important. What are we doing on the outside? Topically. And that's kind of important. So we want to make sure that we're using products that aren't toxic, of course. We want to make sure that our skin is being hydrated. We want to do this on a daily basis, twice a day at least, so that we're cleaning the skin, cleaning the pores. You know, you're lying on the bed, your skin is clean, so that when you lie on it tomorrow and the next day and the next day, you're not putting back all the oils or dirt or whatever that would have been on your skin from the night before. For me, I have a little routine that I do. And I would love to go over it with you guys so you guys can just have an understanding of what it is. Now, in terms of the products, it's not about necessarily using the products that I use, okay? But what it is about is making sure that there are certain ingredients that are in your products and certain ingredients that are not in your products so that your skin can be the best version of itself. So the first thing we usually want to do is we want to cleanse the skin. In cleansing the skin, depending on what's going on, for example, does your skin have makeup on it? Or does your face not have makeup? Now, if your skin does not have makeup on it, we're going to then use a cleanser. And we want to make sure, of course, again, that the cleanser is more of a natural, non-toxic cleanser. I use 2 different cleansers right now, and I mix it up. And I do that because I don't ever want my skin to just get used to something always, because then it doesn't really react the way you want to. So just gonna get it here. Okay, so there is a brand called Dermatologica. I don't know if you guys can see. Can you see? Okay, and this is it's like a gel cleanser, right? It's great, it's amazing, I love it. I love the whole brand actually. So I do this brand with, you know, the moisturizer and the toner and all of those things, which I will go into. So cleaning the skin is important. I also use moringa soap. I use it to bathe, and I also use it on my skin. I use it on my skin once a day, and then I would use the Dermatologica once a day, right? So I'd use one in the morning, one in the night, and there's no specific one. I mean, whatever I'm in the mood for, I do. This, of course, as I said, wash your face, and you can even wash your body with it. Another one that I have not started to use, but I can't wait to start, is a vitamin C bar. Okay, vitamin C is amazing for your skin. It is really, really good for the glow and the youthfulness and all of that. So anything that's going to have vitamin C in it for a facial product is going to be very, 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 very good for you. If you suffer from PCOS, you definitely want to be using a lot of products that have vitamin C. Vitamin C helps with the ovaries. It helps a lot. It helps to make the ovaries as healthy as they can. So that would be a great option as well. These 2 soaps that I have, I actually get from a company called Blends Skincare. That's in Jamaica. They are off Lady Musgrave. I go there for my facials. I go there for my waxing. Waxing. And I go there for my sugaring, which is another form of kind of like waxing, but much, much better. And so the vitamin C bar would be a great option as well. So, you know, we would wash our face. Now remember, and we're going to have other people, professionals that are going to come on, that are going to really give you guys the tips. Okay. I am just kind of going through what it is that I use. So after I have cleansed my face, then I go into the toner. Now, before I even go into the toner, let's say, for example, you have makeup on your face. You want to use a makeup remover that is not toxic, okay? You want to stay away from certain things like sodium, sulfate, coal tar, paraben. We want to stay away from some of those things, okay? Well, all of those things. So when using a makeup remover, make sure that it is all natural, non-toxic. You can even use honey. You can even use agave, okay, to take the makeup off, and then you would use a cleanser after that. And it also makes the skin feel really, really, really good as well. Once I have cleansed, I use a toner, okay? Now, the toner is usually for the skin in terms of like the glowing, hydration, of course. So I use, of course, Dermatologica, okay, which has multi-active toner is what they call it. And you spray this on after, and you just make it dry on its own. I also use the vitamin C facial toner from Blends. And of course, vitamin C again is amazing for my skin, for my face. You might have a different type of condition, or your skin might be in a certain condition that maybe something with tea tree might be better for you, or you know, something like that. Vitamin C for me is very good. I need it. It hydrates my skin really, really well. And of course, you know, use a cotton or something like that if it's not a spray top. You leave it, I let it dry, right? Now there is another type of skin toner, and it is called colloidal copper. I'm not sure how many of you have heard me talk about colloidal silver, which I use for things like wounds or yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis, that type of thing. But colloidal copper is amazing for the skin. I'm going to be carrying this, guys, in about 2 weeks or so. So if you're interested, the colloidal now copper in itself is good for so many things. And as a black person, I'm not saying that everyone on here is black, but me myself as a black person, copper is amazing. We all need it. Every black person needs copper. Copper helps a lot with things also like arthritis, okay? It is something that our bodies a lot of times are deficient of, that nobody really talks about. Copper helps with things like wrinkles, fine lines, bringing youthful skin to the surface. That is what colloidal copper is for. You can swallow it, you can spray it on your face. Of course, I recommend spraying it on your face if you're looking for just a skin regimen, okay? So those are 3 toners there alone that can be used, that I use. After the toner, we then need to moisturize, okay? Now, if it's in the morning when you're going to moisturize, you want to make sure that your moisturizer has an SPF of, I mean, at least 10 SPF, but 15%, 15 SPF would probably be better. You definitely want to make sure that we are protecting the skin from the sun as well. So you would put that on. If it's nighttime, I suggest always having a nighttime cream. My nighttime cream is from Blends as well, and it is a collagen cream. I don't know why there's so much reflection. I'm sorry, guys. Collagen cream from Blends. I actually put it on already tonight because I washed my face and did all of that already. So collagen is also very good for creating youthful skin. It is also very good for wrinkles and fine lines and those types of things. So we can fix the fine lines and the wrinkles and the lack of hydration in 2-3 different steps, which makes it great. Now, washing the face, putting a toner on it, putting a moisturizer on is great. And that's something that you want to do every day, right? But there are other things for your skin that you want to do, like a scrub or a mask or something like that. If it is that you have, that you want to do a scrub, okay? Maybe you feel like the pores need to be buffed a little bit or the skin needs to be buffed. I would say one of the best things to use for a scrub is coffee. I take all my dad's coffee that he does in the percolator and I use it as a scrub. And I scrub my face and I scrub my entire body in the shower. I mix it with some coconut oil so that it has some kind of like a oily way so it can maneuver better on my skin. And that is just an easy, cheap, wonderful way because coffee is really good for the skin as well. I think coffee is better for the skin than it is for you to swallow it. So that is an option. If it is that you are doing like masks, you want to do a mask that probably has like charcoal in it or a mask that might have bentonite clay. So there is this Shea Moisture. They do a lot of different things, a lot of things. They do things for hair, they do things for skin, they do things for, you know, a lot of things. This is actually a African black soap clarifying mud mask. And it has tamarind extract and tea tree in it. And of course, those things we know are great for our skin. This is a really good brand also to use if we're looking for something that's non-toxic, even for like shampoo, conditioner, hair oil, that type of thing. So this is actually the one that my daughter uses, because sometimes she's on my case about, mommy, can we do a facial? So instead of me using, you know, other facials that can be a little bit more harmful on her skin, because her skin's young, she's only 7, I do this one on her. For me, the mask that I would usually use is a food grade bentonite clay. I know that you guys have probably heard about bentonite clay. You want to make sure that it's the food grade. You don't ever want to put anything on your face that if you swallowed would be an issue. You want to make sure that what is on your face can go down your throat. Not that you have to eat it, but you want to know that it would not affect your body. So I use food grade bentonite clay. Mix it up with some purified water, some spring water, something like that. Not the tap water, because the tap water has way too much metals in it. Way too much. And it's not the good metals, okay? And bleach and all kind of other stuff that's in our waters coming from our pipes. You would mix it, you'd put it on your face, you'd let it dry. When bentonite clay is drying, it becomes very hard and it kind of like pulsates, okay? Once it dries, you can use a cloth, a wet cloth, and remove it, and then moisturize. You always want to moisturize after using bentonite clay. It has a way of really pulling out the toxins so it can dry out the skin, okay? I'm going to be having someone on next week talking about, you know, if you have oily skin or if you have dry skin or if you have these things are better to use and that type of thing, because of course that is not my world. And so we will be able to talk and get into that type of thing. Another thing that we can talk about are eye creams. Eye creams are not something that I have ever really used, as you can see. But I'm getting up there now, you know, 40 is like 2 strokes away. So because of that, I just purchased a eye cream from Blends to start using on my eyes or under my eyes. So I will keep you guys posted in terms of how that's going, how that is. But an eye cream is great, especially if you're like, you know, if you're 30 and over, or 35 and over. I would say that starting to use it would be great. Instead of trying to now fix something, it's better to just maintain the nice youthfulness that you have. So in terms of facial, those are the things, your face regime or mine, those are the things, or those are the steps that I would take. I usually do a scrub once a week and I do a mask twice a week. My pores are extremely large, and because they're large, they can sometimes look like you can see them. They stand out. So I really try to do things to minimize my pores. What's important also is hydration. And I know I spoke about this really briefly earlier, but hydration is very, very important for keeping your skin healthy. And one of the things that you can do to hydrate, even if you wanted to, in terms of even like a toner, is to use coconut water, okay? I love just pouring coconut water all over my face. It is, and then just letting it dry. It is a great toner. A great toner. I wouldn't say that should be the only toner that you use, but you can definitely mix it up and use that. Now, for some people in their skin, they have like not wounds, but they have like, because of the acne and all of that kind of thing, the top layer of the skin in where they might have the bumps is kind of open, right? Because of course it's inflamed and all of that type of thing. What I really recommend is colloidal silver Colloidal silver is great for that type of thing. It's great for wounds. It's great for acne and that type of thing. It helps to like just like heal it up, seal it up. You can just spray it on your face. If you have anything else, any cut or anything anywhere else on your body, you can also use a colloidal silver. You always want to make sure that the colloidal silver is a proper colloidal silver. If that's something you guys are interested, definitely let me know. Now, when it comes to the skin itself, we want to look into that as well, because a lot of times we use all kinds of soaps and all kinds of lotions that really only create havoc, and they actually mess up our internal organs because they are so toxic. So we want to make sure that on our skin we're using something healthy. So shea butter, cocoa butter, all those things are great. And if it's in your lotion or if it's in your moisturizer or whatever, that's good. But just look and see what else is in there. Look up the ingredients. See what it is. Is this a toxic ingredient? Is this a natural ingredient? Is this ingredient from an animal source? We definitely want to know that. I shouldn't say was, because she's not dead. There's a lady in California that I got some face products from and lip glosses from, and it was made out of medical marijuana. And I loved the lip glosses. It was everything. I didn't necessarily see how it was changing my skin per se as much, because I didn't really use it very long. But I did use the lip gloss, and I really fell in love with it. So you can use things that are plant-based, even if it's medical marijuana. Medical marijuana has so many good things. CBD oil can also be used on the skin as a topical way of using it in a topical way. I find a lot of times that we don't use, when it comes to deodorant. Ooh. When it comes to deodorant, I find that we use a lot of antiperspirants, okay? And antiperspirants are not healthy, guys. It's not. Can I say it again? Antiperspirants are not healthy. They are toxic. It has aluminum in it. It has all kinds of craziness in it, okay? It creates a lot. I mean, there's a lot of breast cancer that came just from using antiperspirants. So you always want to make sure that it is a deodorant. It is a natural deodorant. For me, I use Arm & Hammer Essentials. It's great. It's great. It's toxic free. You know, it's just amazing. Now, usually when something is called an antiperspirant, you just want to stay away altogether. In terms of deodorant, that's a much better word to go with. But then still, I want you to look at the ingredients and see what's going on. Does it have aluminum in it? Aluminum is huge. That's one of the main things they put in there. I have a lot of people say to me, oh, those types of deodorants can't hold me. So I'm not going to use that because I don't want to stink on the road. And I completely understand. I don't want to smell bad either. But there are other options that we can use. And it is also important when we are using our deodorants that we also take care of our underarms, okay? So it's not just about taking care of this, because I realize that other people take care of this and they do nothing about the neck, right? Much less the underarm. They're not giving their underarm scrubs. They're not giving their underarm a mask. And when we do those things to clean the pores here, because just using soap and water is not getting down in the pores, right? So when we clean it with a scrub, or when we clean it with a toner, or when we clean it with a mask, like a bentonite clay mask or something like that, you find that it's better. Even toothpaste There have been times when I have used toothpaste many of times, and of course, this is the healthy toothpaste, guys, as a mask under my arm to clean the pores that are under my arm. So using a healthy deodorant is very important as well. Since we are on toothpaste, let me just stay there. So the main thing that you want to look at when it comes to toothpaste is fluoride free. Fluoride free. Okay? Fluoride free toothpaste is where you want to be. You do not want to use fluoride. Fluoride affects your brain. It affects your pineal gland. It is not good for anyone. Okay, you guys can go and look it up, Google it. Okay, so when you are doing toothpaste, always make sure it is, what is it? Always make sure that it's fluoride free. Okay, fluoride free. This is the one of the toothpaste that I use. Okay, it's neem. And I also will use like some baking soda after to scrub my teeth after, or coconut oil or something like that. But we want to make sure that we are not using the fluoride toothpaste. This toothpaste, for example, has black seed oil, baking soda, neem leaves, mint leaves, and clove. Okay, and clove is very good actually. It's a really great antiseptic, surprisingly. So this is just an option. Let me start looking at some questions, because I'm sure there are some. Hi, Kimona. How are you, darling? I don't know if she's still on. Ooh. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just scrolling along. Yes, once the gut is good, everything is gonna be like a domino effect. Someone says I'm currently using that. I'm not really sure what exactly they meant. So using products topically affect the internal organs like ovaries that you just mentioned. Yes, yes. So if you suffer from certain conditions that have high estrogen, you have to look into your lotions. You have to look into your face products because they could have estrogen in it. For example, soybean. I went to a health food store the other day and I was looking for a lotion. And I'm looking at the ingredients, and she had like 10 different lotions, and they all smelled amazing, and they had shea butter, and they had coconut butter, and they had avocado oil, and they had all these great things that is good for the body in terms of skin. And then I saw soybean oil. Soybean oil has a lot of estrogen. So if you suffer from PCOS, if you suffer from endometriosis, if you suffer from fibroids, if you suffer from cysts, if you suffer from any of these types of conditions that are estrogen driven, guess what happens? Your estrogen goes up. No matter how much you're trying to change your diet, no matter how many tonics you could be on, the fact that you are using this lotion on a daily basis on your largest organ of your body, which is your skin, it is going to create an issue. There's no doubt about that. What about food grade diatomaceous? Food grade diatomaceous is great. You can definitely use that to cleanse. It cleans the lining of the colon and the intestines. So definitely, it's something that I recommend all the time. You definitely want to make sure that it is food grade. It has no taste whatsoever. You could give it to a newborn baby. It is that gentle and natural, yet still it cleans like the tar and the dried up waste that has turned into paste or whatever along the linings of your intestines and colon. My face will start to clear up after using a product. Then after I get used to the product, my face starts breaking out again. Well, of course. And I can understand that because your face is used to it. And that's what I was saying. So for me, I try to switch it up with my skin, with my lotions, as much as I'm doing them natural. I try to change it up a little bit so that my body doesn't get too used to it. Dark circle suggestions. Ooh, I do not have suggestions for that. But we will have people on this week, this month, that will be able to help us with that, because that's something that I would like to know as well. I know I've looked online and I've seen whatever. I know that cucumber is always great, but I don't think it does anything in terms of removing the darkness around the eyes. I think it's just better. I think it's just good for like hydrating the area, and giving it more of a youthful look, in some way, but definitely not going to remove the circles. I know that tea bags, using green tea, they say, or black tea, tea bags under your eye, also helps as well. I've never really tried any of them, so I can't tell you for sure in terms of my personal experience, but that is something that I've heard. But we're gonna get all of that sorted out so we can figure out what is the best thing from a holistic standpoint for the circle under the eyes. Good question. I have acne plus eczema. Worst nightmare. Okay, so acne and eczema, where did that start? That starts in your gut. It's in the gut. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to cleanse the gut. We're going to give the gut healthy things in terms of like probiotics, and we're going to try and eat better. If you suffer from eczema, if you suffer from acne, if you suffer from those types of things, you, more than anyone else, should not use dairy products in general. So that's anything from the cow. It can be the meat, it can be the milk, it can be the cheese that it comes from, the butter, any of those types of things. It's not your friend. It creates more of a problem. Eczema, if you suffer from eczema, things like black seed oil is very good for you as well. You can swallow it, you can rub it on your skin. Really, really good. Is bio oil good? Yeah, you can definitely use bio oil. Make sure that the bio oil that you're using isn't like 2% bio oil and the rest of it is water, or mixed with some other type of oil. Okay, because then it defeats the whole purpose. Does it protect against sensitivity? I'm not sure, Cherise, what you mean. Let me know. I'm not sure what you mean by if it protects against sensitivity. Where do you get that type of toothpaste? Well, we actually just started having toothpaste, selling toothpaste. So we have it at the office. So if you guys want, if you're in Jamaica, you can get it from our office, or we can deliver it to you. If you're in the US, we can ship it to you. That's not a problem. You can just send us a message, a WhatsApp or a DM, and just let us know that you'd like a toothpaste. We can tell you what we have in stock, and you can choose what it is that you want. Thought that fluoride was the most important ingredient in toothpaste. Yeah, that's what they try to tell us. And maybe it is the most important for them, for those types of toothpastes. If you look at the toothpaste that they give, that when you have like a child, like a young child, it's always fluoride free. Always. Okay, they always recommend to not give the child fluoride. But we ourselves shouldn't have it either. And a lot of countries put fluoride actually in the water as well, which is a hot mess. But fluoride is not good for us at all. I meant I'm currently using Dermatologica. Okay, awesome. Hi, Elena. How are you, darling? Send you some info on which one. What would you like to try? Let me know, and I can definitely send you info. Okay, so in terms of the sensitivity for the teeth, I really recommend coconut oil. Okay, I recommend doing oil pulling with the coconut oil, and I recommend swallowing the coconut oil, not the coconut oil that you have done the actual oil pulling from. So let me explain, because some people might not know what the heck I'm talking about. So when we use cold pressed organic virgin coconut oil, we can use it to pull toxins out of our mouth. And so that is called oil pulling. You would take like a tablespoon or something like that, put it in your mouth, swish it around, gargle with it, all of that. And then when you're finished, you would spit it out in your toilet. Please, guys, in your toilet. Don't spit it in your sink. You're going to clog up your sink. Okay? Spit it in the toilet. Now, in terms of swallowing it, you would take a tablespoon. You can put it in your smoothie and blend it up. It makes the smoothie really nice and creamy and rich. Or you can just shove it in your mouth and swallow it. However, whatever works. You could probably put it in some veggie capsules if you wanted to, if you were that anal about, not even wanting to have to taste the oil or anything like that. That is also an option. But you can use coconut oil to help with the sensitivity. Turmeric can be used for dark circles. Yes, okay, so I have a love-hate relationship with turmeric, okay? I love turmeric. I think it's really good, but it's so stainy. It stains my teeth. It stains my towel. It stains my nails when I use like a mask or something like that has turmeric in it. So I don't use turmeric as much. Whoa. I don't use turmeric as much, but it is very good. Turmeric is amazing. It helps with a lot of things. I mean, I can't even talk. Inflammation, especially, is something that it really, really helps with. So you can try it. I actually think you might be right, I believe that's Raquel. I believe that you are right when it comes to being able to use it for dark circles. But we're going to get all of that information, so don't worry. The red raspberry tea, where can I get it? I did a surgery the other day and I'm fearful of this coming back. Okay, so red raspberry herb is for your uterus. It's for uterus health, okay? So if you had an issue with your uterus, then okay, definitely you want to use red raspberry. If you have a hormonal issue, then red raspberry is not going to help you hormonally. If you have a hormonal issue, then you want something like red clover or Vitex, or maybe like our womb tea. Our womb tea has like all of that mixed in it. That would be a better option for you if it was a hormonal issue of why you ended up having to have a surgery, like if it was fibroids or cysts or endometriosis or something like that. What would I recommend for back acne? Okay, so having acne on the back or having acne on your face, it's the same difference. It's the same difference. So you want to be watching what you're using on your skin. You want to be making sure that your gut is healthy. Okay, gut has to be healthy. You can also use things to clean it properly, right? I know that, like, even, I mean, what sometimes can be a stress as well when it comes to that is that there can be scarring, right? And so a lot of times that is another issue. After you've gotten rid of the acne or it's dried up on that particular time, now all of a sudden you have this scar that you have to deal with. Scrubbing, using baking soda and rubbing it on your back and rubbing it would be really great, okay? We got to get down into the pores in your back and clean it out. So it's not just about scrubbing it with like your soap. You want to find something that you can use for acne on your back. I suffer from chest and back acne. I have eczema also. When I eat cheese, some circles like cigarette comes up on my knee. Okay, so no cheese. No cheese, okay? If you suffer from acne, no cheese. No 1% milk. No whole milk. no Lasco, none of that. And guys, soy is not the option because soy has crazy estrogen in it. Okay, crazy estrogen. And that's the soy milk, that's the tofu, that's anything. Okay, the soy patty, don't do it. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I don't know what was going on there. What's the best way to get rid of stretch marks? Oh my God. Okay. So first of all, let me say, if you have stretch marks, own your stretch marks. Own them. Look at my arm. Own them. Right? That was just a little side note. Now, they always say a lot of times that cocoa butter is great. What creates stretch marks, of course, is the skin stretching, okay? And it's stretching quickly. And usually when we're getting stretch marks, we start to itch because the skin is stretching and there's a lot of itching that happens before you actually start to see the lines, the stretch mark lines. So be aware of that when you start realizing, like for example, if you're pregnant and you're 2 months pregnant and then, you know, you're 6 months pregnant and you're itching on your belly, that's stretch marks. That's stretch marks. I would also say avocado oil. If you mix avocado oil, shea butter, cocoa butter, and vitamin E together, that's a great recipe. Great recipe for stretch marks. I don't know what the shots were. No, I'm not. I'm in Kingston 6. I don't know what's going on. Do I ship to the UK? Yes, I do. I have many UK clients, and we ship. We ship from South Carolina. So we don't ship from Jamaica there. We ship from South Carolina to internationally to wherever. UK, China, wherever. Can extra virgin coconut oil be used daily on your lady parts? It can. It can. I have clients that suffer from dryness in the vagina. And so what I tell them to do is to take a natural tampon and roll it into the coconut oil, soak it into the coconut oil, and then insert it in their vagina and go to bed. You can even use coconut oil as a lubricant before you have sex if you'd like to as well. Can baking soda be used to clean the underarm? Yes, you can use baking soda to clean the underarm. You can use tea tree, which they also call melaleuca, to clean it. There are many different cleaning agents. As I told you before, you can use things like, you said you came on late, food grade bentonite clay. You can use a scrub. Almond milk is life. Okay, well, yeah. Almond milk is a much better option. Much better option. Depending on what it is that you're using, I use a different milk. So if I am making a latte, I usually use more coconut milk. If I'm going to do cereal, which I don't usually do, but if I'm going to do cereal, I will use almond milk. If I'm going to make a smoothie, depending on what type of smoothie it is, I'll use almond milk or I'll use coconut milk. It just really depends. So don't be anal about, oh, it has to be coconut milk. Almond milk. Don't be anal about that. Just go off of the taste and what works for what recipe. Okay, so no cheese. Okay, so there are natural cheeses that you can buy. There are also, or vegan cheeses, I should say. I can also tell you that goat cheese is a much better option than a cow cheese. So, and they have a few different types of goat cheeses. So you can definitely look into that if you're interested. What's good for oily skin? Okay, so I am not a professional, right? But if you suffer from oily skin, I know that bentonite clay and charcoal are great for you. When I have my guests come on next week and the week after, we'll definitely go into those things. What's better for dry skin? What's better for oily skin? What's better for complex skin? What's better for, you know, when I wash my face, do I wash my face with cold water? Do I wash my face with hot water? We're going to get into all of those things so that we can really do what is right for us based off of our skin type. What do I recommend for dark inner thighs? I don't know. I do know a few people that do peels on dark areas. I mean, in terms of like inner thighs or under their arm or something like that. So you could try that. Scrubbing as well, you can try that. You can go in the sun and get a tan and make everything come as one. Could try that too. What would I recommend for a cleanse? A cleanse in terms of oral or a cleanse in terms of cleanser to wash your face? What do you mean? What can be used? Dark under eyes and puffiness. Okay, so the puffiness, you can do things like cucumber, you can do green tea bags, you can do black tea bags that are like cold from your fridge and put it on there. Someone was saying something about turmeric that you can use. Yeah, we're going to get into all of that. I don't have some of the answers for you. I'll just be honest with you. But the whole point is that we're going to get the answers. Okay, so we're bringing it up to the surface so that we can get answers, so we can fix what it is that we need to fix. Our oral cleanse. Okay, our oral cleanse is called cellular cleanse. And it cleans the cells, it cleans the blood, it cleans everything without cleaning out the good bacteria out of the body, which is important. So it is, I'm not sure where you're located. In the States, it's $60 for the large bottle. It's $35 for the small bottle. In Jamaica, we don't sell the large bottle in Jamaica. You can get it, but you have to pre-order it because we don't really bring that down as much because it's just more expensive and, you know, times are hard. But we do have that, and you would take it only at night. You're definitely going to end up losing weight. So if that's something you don't want to do, let me know so that we can do other things to make sure that you don't lose weight. But weight loss is always something on that cleanse. Okay, someone was saying that you can use lemon juice for the dark inner thighs. There you go. There you go. Lemon oil mixed with... Okay, so there you go. So look, you're getting a lot of things. So they're saying that you can use lemon oil, mix it with some coconut oil, mixing it with all kinds of stuff. I know that if you're gonna do something for the skin, I would definitely suggest a coconut oil or a avocado oil or a vitamin E oil, something like that. I think those are better. I use baking soda on my bikini line because I have like one or two like little scars that I don't like, and so I've been using baking soda on it, like scrubbing with it before I take a shower, and also I know that it can remove the darkness from under the arm too, so I'm sure that it can work in the inner thigh. What helps bloating? Bloating. Okay, so I find that chamomile is amazing for bloating. I have it in our womb tea and it is so good. I mean, women just are like, they can't believe they're not bloated anymore. Now, the chamomile cannot be the bag chamomile that you buy in the supermarket, guys. That chamomile, though, that is so dry and old. Okay, it needs to be fresh. It needs to definitely not be in plastic, but I would definitely recommend doing it every day, mixing it with whatever kind of tea that you would usually have, so that you can help with the bloating. Sweet almond oil for under the eyes, someone is saying as well. There you go. Yeah, you want to definitely do some chamomile with no sweetener. Do chamomile maybe on your last meal, or maybe after every meal. Maybe that's what you need to do as well. Maybe that's how you should start. Do it after every meal. Like drink the chamomile tea after every meal for like a week or 2 weeks. And then you can probably have it just in the morning or just at night or whatever the case is. And you'll see a huge difference. I've been drinking the womb tea and it works. Great! I love it. Yeah, I think it's great. I love the womb tea. I actually have a new recipe for the womb tea. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. And so that's definitely going to be available before the end of the month. And you're going to even love it more. I promise. You're going to see crazy results. Ginger tea helps a lot with bloating. It does. Ginger is a superfood. So not only does it help with bloating, it's great for digestion in general, great for the digestive system. It's great for the reproductive system. It's great for any scar tissue that you have. It helps to soften it. Ginger is good. So yes. So you can mix your ginger and your chamomile. If anybody's interested in anything that Cosmic Woman has, all you have to do is WhatsApp us or DM us, and we can definitely help, right? In terms of if it's delivery, or you're going to pick it up from the office, or we have to send it on Nutsford. Womb tea is an overall healthy womb and reproductive tea. So it helps digestive, it helps with the uterus, it helps with balancing hormones, it helps with bloating, it helps with all of that. It's a great tea to have. If you're pregnant, you cannot use it. But if you are not pregnant, or if you're trying to become pregnant, or if you're trying to not become pregnant, womb tea is something that you can have. Yes, stay away from dairy. It will definitely make it worse, for sure. Okay, guys, so we spoke a lot tonight about skincare, and I hope that this was something that was different for you guys, that you got a little bit of knowledge in terms of skincare and how you can help, how you can make your skin be the best version of itself. I will have a guest on next week that will be talking a little bit more about the actual ingredients itself and what ingredient is better for oily skin, dry skin, all of those types of things. So please tune in for that for next week. Thanks a lot. I have PCOS, so can I use the womb tea? Yes, you can definitely use the womb tea if you have PCOS. Definitely. Is the womb tea good if you have irregular menstrual? It is, but if your period is not coming, it's not going to necessarily bring down your period. So you're going to probably need the hello period. But send us a message for sure. Okay, send us a message. Thank you guys for tuning in. As I said, I really appreciate it every Wednesday. Tomorrow we're going to have a few lives, so please check in. Our first live starts at 11 with Shelly Ann Weeks, the great Shelly Ann Weeks, who is doing amazing things for periods, and bringing awareness not just about periods, but bringing awareness with when it comes to period poverty and women and young girls not being able to afford pads or tampons to use. So we'll be doing that. Tomorrow is also a full moon, so we're going to be celebrating and talking with Alina, which is a astrologist that is going to give us a little bit more in-depth understanding of the moon itself and how it affects our menstrual cycle, which I think is very, very important. And we also have a yoni toning class for our clients. So if you are a client, if you have done a consultation already with Cosmic Woman, please send us a message and let's so that we can send you the link for the Zoom free yoni class. Okay, it's if you're a client, why shouldn't you have one, right? Why shouldn't you just take your free class that you get? You are definitely going to awaken your vagina. You are going to strengthen it. You're going to strengthen your pelvic floor. And when you're finished, you're going to be extremely horny. So know what you're going to do and how you're going to work that out when you're done. Thanks again, guys. Please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Cosmic Woman. And if you're not following the Vagina Lady, please do so. Thank you, guys. Love and light.